right, we live. And let a couple people get in here.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
We're gonna talk about Tank and Haney. We're
Hmm.
gonna talk about Tank and Haney. The topic of discussion about that is we still on their resumes, right? You got
Okay.
people who are sitting here trying to use Devin's resume as a method to say that's why he gonna beat Tank, right? Now we both can agree that neither one of them has fought a style. You know, Devin Haney hasn't fought Javante Tank Davis, and Tank Davis hasn't fought a Devin Haney, right? We
Right.
we, we
Right.
both agree to that, but they're trying to use that as a way to say Devin Haney is superior than Javante Tank Davis, and also they're using as a reason to say that Devin Haney will beat Javante Tank Davis because of he fought Machenko, he fought Regis Prograis, he fought Cambosos twice, he fought Jojo Diaz, he fought Jorge Linares, Gamboa. So they're using that. So from a coach's perspective, I'm gonna give you the floor, right? And people get in here when they get in here, but I'm gonna give you the floor. You know, Basically, the question I have for you is: does that matter as it pertains to Javante Tank Davis?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest and straight to the point here. Here's a simple question. I wish people was in here to answer this question, but here's a simple question. If Tank resume is not solidified, what makes you think Haney's resume of his past fighters is solidified? Like if we're gonna make this a toss up thing and say Haney has done a better job with his fighters versus Tank, you can make the argument with Tank. He's got a Barrios on there. He fought him at 139, basically 140. He fought a Leo Santa Cruz. Yeah, they was down there. They was lighting, but they was down there at 130. He fought Gamboa as well. He fought Isak Cruz. You know what I'm saying? He fought Ryan Garcia. He fought Hector Luis Garcia, Rolly Romero, and the list goes on. So how can you say Haney's list is solidified and his list is better, but then again Tank list ain't solidified? Like that makes no sense to me. If they ain't fought nobody, then say neither one of them has fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? Let's call a spade a spade. No, neither one of them, resume right now says, hey, this dude been getting it in with the people he's supposed to be getting it in with. Okay, it is what it is. Like people keep faulting Tank for being down there at 135 and being where he ain't supposed to be. Everybody choose to lead the division. That's Tank don't control that. You know what I'm saying? He fighting what he feel like he solidified at. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? Mayweather said it best. The sport is to get hit and not get hit. And when you get hit and not get hit, you know what I'm saying? You last long. You want longevity. So what's wrong with Tank doing what he doing? Now again, the stylistic matchup, no, neither one of them has not fought the type of style of fighters they are. Neither one of them. But at the same time, I'm leaning more towards Tank because Tank is a more complete fighter. Tank can fight in many different ways. People sleep on Tank's IQ in the ring. People sleeps on Tank's hand speed in the ring. People sleeps on the fact that Tank can be defensively responsible if he needs to be. People keep sleeping on that, and I'm not sleeping on Haney's, his skill set either. Haney can work inside, he can work out. He has solid defensive skill, he has solid footwork, and all of that above that I named with Tank. But again, the key thing with Tank is if you don't have power to make Tank think, he's gonna obliterate you. He gonna play with you. He gonna toy with you. Then in the end, it's gonna be like, I'm done playing with you. Blah blah. Sleep, sleep. Give him that sleep aid. That's all he gonna do. So, what he say? What do you guys think that'll need to happen for us to get this fight, Coach? As far as stipulations and weight. So, for us to get this fight, I'm gonna talk about this right here. It's for the Tank side of things and Haney side of things. It's not the fact that Tank can't move up 5 to 6 pounds from lightweight to junior welterweight and fight Haney. It's more about Wait, before I even get to that, it's not about the challenge that Haney presents either in the ring for a Tank. It's more about the money being brought to the table. Haney for Tank, Tank can beat Haney twice and still not accumulate the purse that a Haney can accumulate for taking one loss to a Tank. Tank is the cash cow. So to me, in my opinion, I'm thinking the money. It's the money that Haney can't bring to the table on why he shouldn't get this fight right now. I think Haney should. He's doing well. He fills some seats. In his last fights in a city in a state that's really not known for boxing. So for Haney, I applaud him on that because he did something different in a different state. He got some butts in the seat. He had some fans in the stands, and they came to see Haney. All right, cool. Now let's carry that on for 2 or 3 more fights. But again, it's more about what Haiti can't bring to the table as far as revenue. You know what I'm saying? Revenue. Tank is the cash cow right now, and if I'm gonna get in the ring with anybody at this magnitude that people making this fight out to be, if I bring 20 mil to the table, I'd at least bring 15 mil. So I know when I lose, I'm still getting something out of it. I mean, when I win, I'm still getting something out of it. If Haney lose, he gets something out of it. But anyways, as far as the weight stipulations, uh, I'm gonna call a spade again. We all know right now the knock on Tank Davis's career right now is the fact that he always fighting people with catch weights. So if it's a catch weight, then if y'all want this fight bad enough, both of y'all come to an agreement and have a catch weight. Go ahead and fight at 140, but have a catch weight included. That way, there's no excuses. All right. But if you want it to be a solid 140, which I think, and at the end of the day, I think Tank gonna just say, forget it. I don't want no catch weight. I want to beat this man. I think he gonna say, all right, let's go at 140, and that'll be that. But I think there should be no rehydration clause. None of that. Me personally, I wouldn't want no rehydration clause. You're gonna have a catch weight, you have a catch weight, but no rehydration clause. Let's call a spade again. Leave that out. Leave that out. Because I feel like if they start putting too many stipulations on how they can come in at weight, catch weight, rehydration clause, and all this other stuff, I feel like the fight it's gonna be overlooked because people gonna be like, "Oh, Tank beat him, but he rehydrated and all this." And all, I mean, Haney rehydrated, and Tank had a catch weight, so he didn't come in. No, forget all that. Catch weight. And that's it. No rehydration clause, no none of that. But I think at the end of the day, when we finally get this fight, it won't be when we want it to be, which is now. But a couple more fights for both of them down the road. I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it. And plus, Haney coming off of fighting a Regis Prograis, I don't feel like that fight really put him in a position to say I want to get in the ring with Tank because he literally did what he wanted with Regis Prograis. Again, I speak on Rigaru because he don't know how to cut the ring off. He don't know how to jab his way and close the distance between fighters. So no, not we shouldn't get this fight right now.
I'll say this. Um, it's egos, right? That is preventing this fight from happening. You got Devin Haney and apparently his fans, because I've been having them come in my sessions thinking they want some smoke, and I'm not the one. You know what I mean? We just gonna we're gonna keep it 1,000. Um, but it's egos. Devin Haney got to realize if you really want this fight, actions speak louder than words. If you really want this fight, and Tank is the cash cow, which Bill Haney has conceded and said that Tank is the cash cow, then whatever Tank offer you, take it. Whatever Tank offer you, take it and go beat him. If you feel like in your heart of hearts that you could beat a guy, then this the problem I have with a lot of these fighters is they say they want these fights. They say they can whoop this dude. But then when it comes to money and all this other stuff, that's when I need to get paid. Look, at the end of the day, actually a lot of words. You gotta look at the end goal, right? The end goal is this. If Devin Haney beats Devontae Tank Davis, he's the face of boxing. Period.
Simple.
That's what it is. If he beats Devontae Tank Davis, he's the face of boxing. That's what it
Simple.
is. So if Tank offer you something, right, you need to take it, regardless of what it is. So if Tank is getting 80%, you getting 20, take it. If you know in your heart of hearts, I can beat Devontae Tank Davis, what's the problem? Right? But then everybody wants to use, what Devin is this. Look, we're not trying to hear none of that stuff, right? Egos is gonna be the problem. David Haney got to put his ego to the side. Tank got to put his ego to the side, and they got to be able to work together to come to a common ground to get this fight to get made. Right now, as far as the weight, if I'm Javante Tank Davis, I'm the A side. So if I say, "Hey, bro, we're gonna fight a catch weight," that's what that is. I don't see what the problem is. You know what I mean? I can do whatever I want to do. I'm the A side. I Floyd had to deal with that when he fought De La Hoya. De La Hoya picked the ring, the gloves, everything. De La Hoya picked everything, and Floyd had to accept that. When you feel like, and that's why I go back to what I was saying. When you feel like you're better than a guy, you're the best, you're the face of boxing, like Bill Haney said, Devin Haney is. You take whatever, and because your reward in the end is gonna be superior, right? You're gonna be the face of boxing. If Devin Haney beats Javante Tank Davis, he's the face of boxing. That's just what it
Hands
is.
down. Hands down.
You know what I mean? He's the face of boxing. All this going back and forth, you know what I mean, is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Is really ridiculous. It comes down to this: do you want to fight or not? Bill Haney talking, you know, Tank wasn't even saying nothing about Devin Haney, truthfully, at first until Devin Haney came for Tank, right?
Right.
So, and I see what Bill Haney's doing. He's doing a phenomenal job at marketing his son. You know what I mean? I'm not taking nothing away from Bill Haney. I think Bill Haney's doing a darn good job with marketing Devin Haney and getting Devin Haney to this point. You get what I mean? Because I watched Devin Haney since he started his pro career when he was fighting in Mexico. You know what I mean? He had to fight in Mexico because he was too young to fight in America. You know what I mean? He was fighting them Hispanics over there as a pro fighter. So all I'm saying is I watched the come up. I'm proud of Devin Haney, right? But we need to get back to boxing and not this, back and forth. Devin Haney fought Jorge Leno. I don't care about none of that. We could really sit here and when we look at these resumes, we could really sit here and nitpick each person's resume, right? I could sit here and look at the Lomachenko fight that they're trying to use and say, "Oh, Devin fought Lomachenko." You can make the argument he lost that fight. You could
That should
say
have been a draw.
you can make the argument he lost. You know what I mean? Yeah, a draw, he lost. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it was a draw. You know what I mean? But whatever. You know what I mean? You can make the argument for those two. You feel me? So you can look at the Regis fight. Everybody talking about, oh, he beat the boogeyman. Regis was not the boogeyman at
He's not
140.
a boogeyman at all.
Regis program was not a boogeyman at 140. The boogeyman at 140 is Matias. That's the boogeyman at 140 pounds. The number 140 pounder right now is Teofimo Lopez because he beat Josh Taylor, who
Right.
was the number one. I don't know what these. I guess I take that. I get I hit the jackpot. All I'm saying is he beat the number one guy 140 pounds. I'm cooking right now. You see that? Y'all
Yeah,
see them
boy, got the
fireworks in the back?
firework jump.
Cooking.
You
So
feel
all
me?
I'm saying is he beat the number one guy 140 pounds. Devin Haney beat Regis Prograis, who's nothing but a power puncher, like Coach B putting it out, who's one dimensional, and that's it. And it is what it is. He beat a champion. He did. But if I had to compare the two, I say Tank's is more impressive than Devin's because Tank against Mario Barrios had to deal with a lot of obstacles. Nobody went into that fight like, oh, Tank finna beat Mario Barrios. No, that
No,
was a
sir.
dangerous fight. That was
I,
a dangerous fight.
my heart was thumping for him, you know?
Yeah, and he was losing rounds. So we gotta keep it 1,000.
You say what's so crazy is we all know Haney can't beat Tank, but he really can't at 135. And I don't blame him. If you drain at the weight, don't fight at the weight. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense, Trench Brick. You know what I'm saying? What's the point? If you can't beat him at 135, which I feel like he moved up to 140 for that reason anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do it at that weight, then don't do it. What's the point? Why would you stress yourself out? Why would you risk your career? Why would you risk your legacy to do something you know you can't do at the time being, just because you want to prove a point, prove somebody else's point? Because sometimes I listen to Bill Haney and I listen to Devin Haney, and sometimes I feel like Devin Haney be wanting to look at his dad and be like, "Hey, Pop, would you be quiet so you get us in a situation we can't get out of?" And right now, I feel like, again, like Capo said, he's doing a great job, marketing his son. But at the same time, right now, you putting him in the market that he don't need to be in right now. Because again, his last fight was Riguru. Riguru cannot compare to what you're gonna get into when you get in there with Tank Davis. You feel me? Yeah, it is what it is. What they say, it's just baffling seeing how the fans are putting this all on Tank as far as the fight getting made. And some fans thinking that Tank is supposed to go to 140, no stipulations on Devin, which is wild. Exactly. That's exactly everything I was trying to say summed up right there. That's exactly like you can't blame Tank for being solid at 135 and caring more about his career than he is, trying to chase it back. He did it in a legit way, just like Mayweather. Mayweather had to fight everybody they wanted him to fight to become the face of boxing. You know what I'm saying? He became the face of boxing by doing what the people wanted him to do. And then when he finally became the face of boxing, everybody wanted to nitpick and say, oh, Floyd this, Floyd that. He fought people at this time. He fought people that y'all wanted him to fight at the time he could fight. Because Floyd had a solid career. He had a solid career, but he had to fight to get to where he wanted to be at. You feel me? So, hey, way to put that. Way to put that. I like that. Way to sum it all up. Shoot, coach. I think if Danny can he'll run all the way to the heavy, to heavyweight from Tank. You got me thinking. You got me thinking, bro. He might run from him, bro. You never know. And then, I don't know if it's true, but allegedly Tank put out a video said he already ready for 40. You know what I'm saying? We already know what 40 means. He already ready to go to 140, and it's only really a few reasons he gonna go there, and that's gonna be to beat Haney, take the belts, and then I feel like he should go back down to 135 or do whatever you want to do after that. Because really, in all honesty, it ain't too much for him to do at
This
140. Yeah, he got some killers up there, but at the same time, it's like it. I feel like he gonna run too, bro. I feel like he'll run. He ran.
this
He ran for 135 for that reason.
this the problem I have with Devin. Devin said, I'll come back to 135 for the big fights. It's only one big fight at 135. That's him and Tank, right? Then he beat Regis, and then now he's saying, oh, well, Tank got to come up to 140, right? And which they're doing a good job at marketing, and putting it all on Tank. Now, the only reason why they putting it all on Tank because of Tank's affiliation with Floyd Mayweather. We know that, right? We ain't those who follow this sport of boxing understand anybody affiliated with Floyd Mayweather, Al Heyman go get some hate, and that's what it is. So, Devin Haney is getting the support he getting is because he's away from Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman, right? So, and Bill Haney and them are trying to make it seem like they for the people, and I like I said, good marketing scheme, but real boxing heads know what Bill Haney and Devin Haney is doing, right?
Yeah.
The true A side is Javante Tank Davis. You know what I mean? If you really wanted this fight, you accept the contract at any weight. If Tank say we fighting at 122.5, I gotta lose weight too. That's where we gonna fight at, and that's
It,
just what
it,
you know what I'm saying.
now, now, I got a quick question. I don't mean to cut you off. So, with the way boxing is right now, I'm starting to see that some of the main attractions, some of the bigger faces in the sport of boxing right now. I don't think they really care about legacy no more. They really just try to chase the bag to say, I got my bag and I got my bag beating this person, and after that they want to ride off into the sunset, and their career gonna be whatever it is at that point that they beat the person they wanted to beat and got the biggest purse. You feel me? So it is what it is, man. Like I'm tired of this. I want everybody in the boxing to start fighting, boxing who they supposed to be boxing. I want to see Canelo and Benavidez. I want to see Matias and Haney, not a Haney up there at 140. I want to see Tiafimo and Subriel. I want to see Tiafimo and Haney. Like, let's start. Man, forget all that. Let the people who negotiate the money do that. But while they doing that, y'all need to be in there trying to figure out and find a way to fight each other. You
Uh,
say, go ahead, my bad.
well, my thing, I say that everybody want to be Money Mayweather, but they don't want to go through the pretty boy Floyd stage. You know what I'm saying? Money Mayweather put in that work, you know what I mean, in his young career when he was pretty boy, right? So when he got the money made, he could pick and choose what he wanted to do, right? Now, we can admit that Tank His career, has he always fought everybody that wanted to fight? No, and that's why he was frustrated with Mayweather, because he wanted to fight these top fights, but Mayweather wasn't allowing him to, right? So now he's free. He's on his own. He's being streamed. I mean, he's being, managed by Al Heyman, and he's in a situation where he can pick and choose who he want to fight, right? So when he sends that contract to Devin Haney, all Devin Haney got to do is sign the dotted line, and it's a wrap. I don't want to hear nothing about no weight. I don't want to hear nothing about no rehydration clause. I don't want none of that. When you want smoke, it don't matter. And that's all I'm saying. When you want smoke, it don't matter. Devin Haney and them making it seem like they want smoke. So sign your name on that dotted line and get in that ring with that boy and do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? You say you've been putting on the biggest fights, you've been fighting names and all this other stuff. Cool. Which, if I go down Devin Haney resume, I can look and nitpick each fight with each name. You know what I mean? I could do the same with Tank. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Devin got to realize all that mumble jumble, like you said, they talking. Let's put that to a cease and let's fight. Sunday, they said, what y'all think about a fight between Gary Antoine Russell and Matias? That's a good fight, man.
Stylistically, that's a great fight.
That's an action-packed fight, but I think Matias stopped Gary Antoine Russell. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna roll with that too.
I think I just Matias, you gotta be very slick to beat him. And I think Antoine Russell is gonna be there for him to hit him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's very methodical. He's a bit predictable at times because he's not the slickest of fighters. He's fundamentally sound. Don't get me wrong. He's fundamentally sound. Gary Antoine. He's fundamentally sound. I like his setup, but at the same time, Matias, like you said, bro, if you can't move, and I'm not just talking about move around the ring, if you can't go inside and be slick and catch, parry, you know what I'm saying, move. When Matias decided to let go and you standing there,
Rap.
pray for him. Pray
Rap.
for him. Get him out of there.
And don't
Get him
forget
out of there.
Matias already got a dead body on his record. I ain't saying he gonna kill Gary Antoine Russell, but I'm just saying Gary Antoine nice, but he there to be hit, man. In
Yeah,
my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Trenchbit said, because why he already saying he gonna go to 147? He talking about Devin. That's just in case Tank say forget it and go to 140. And Tank said we already ready to go to 40 because he was copying that leak video of Bill. Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Bet.
Because what
Hey man.
happened? What happened with Shakur when Devin offered Shakur that contract? Shakur leaked a video of Bill Haney saying 135 too high, so we already ready to go to 40. You know,
Oh, okay. Bet.
so that was Tank. We already ready to go to 40, bro. You know what I mean? But that's why I say, Devin was talking about, hey, I'll go back to 135 for the big fights. It's only one big fight at 135. That's him and Tank. Now you're talking about, oh, Tank got to come to 40. Who really politicking? You get what I mean? I don't understand that, man.
Yeah. Tank shouldn't. I ain't gonna lie. Tank shouldn't even respond to Devin at all, bro. I would make that dude sit there and wait until Tank feel like he ready to get that man, because he got to go fight somebody. He got to go fight somebody in the 140 division. You got to fight somebody for Tank should even feel like, oh, he beat him. All right, let me come up. I think you got to fight two people at 140 for Tank to even decide to come up. Because right now, everybody knows it'll be a waste of time for Tank to come up to 140 and fight Haney. Haney he'll do decent, but at the end of the day, once Tank done playing with him, he gonna put that boy out there. He gonna put him on the stretcher. You know what I'm saying? It'll be over with.
I think Tank is, if he go to 140, which, okay, I look at it two ways. My hood side, like, go to 140 and dog that nigga. You know what I mean? That's my hood side. My business side is like, I'm giving up my position. You know what I mean? I'm giving up my leverage. I'm the A side. I decide everything. So me going to 140, and yeah, they could say, well, you went to 40 for Barrios, which is true. He did go to 40 for Barrios. But at the end of the day, this is a bigger fight than Mario Barrios, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna keep it that Devin Haney is not Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios is not Devin Haney. You know what I mean? This is two top tier guys going at it, right? So at the end of the day, this where my A side comes into position. You know what I mean? If you really like that, and I say, hey, we fighting at 135, well, guess what? If you really want this fight, Devin, you're gonna have to come back down to 135 because you're not gonna get no other fight that where you're gonna make this type of money, and that's just real talk. You're not gonna get, you know. And I know Devin was talking about, oh man, we sold our tickets for $57, and look what we did. We for the people, and Tank be selling tickets 3 times as that. Well, last time I checked, Tank tickets, they're expensive, but that stadium so be full.
It'd
That's
be
how you feel.
full to the brim. It'd be up. It'd be on top stuff.
You know what I mean? So how is he the face of how is he the cash cow? His tickets are like triple the price of the tickets you sold.
Mm-hmm.
And the stadium still filled up. So
So
I mean, make that make sense to me, man. You know what I'm saying?
sound like the cash cow boxing to me.
You know what I mean? But like I said, man, we got to get away from, you know, and I know it's just competition. You got guys who are really diehard. I don't understand it, because I don't come from that. I just like boxing. But you got
Right.
guys who are like fans of fighters, and they got the man picture on their wall, in they shower with him on the ceiling. They
Yeah,
got him with his shirt
what is
off.
that about?
I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't come from that, but you know what I'm saying? So, but me, I'm not gonna allow y'all to put a jacket on a fighter that don't fit. So when you sitting there telling me, oh, Tank ain't fought nobody, nah, bro, it's cap. Cause I could say the same thing for Devin. You know what I mean? I could sit here and look at Devin and be like, well, look, Jorge Linares was old. So, and then you let that old dude clip you and you was doing the stanky leg back to your corner.
Mm-hmm.
Cambosos, uh, yeah, it's for undisputed, but come on. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Lomachenko, draw or you lost, right?
Right.
Regis Prograde, one trick pony. You went up to 140. Why didn't you say, hey, Teofimo, what's cracking? Matthias is an IBF champion at 140 pounds. Why you ain't going for Matthias? You see what I'm saying? And Regis Prograde is coming off a poor performance. You see what I'm saying? So they trying to give him credit for Regis, which was a great win. I'm not taking nothing away from it. It was a great win as far as how he looked. But let's be real. Regis Prograde coming off a poor performance, and he struggled against that same style that Devin Haney got.
Right. Exactly.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
it is what it is, bro. Like I said in the beginning, that is not a fight we should take and put Haney on the pedestal and say Haney is ready for Tank, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna get Haney in there and get Haney whooped on, and it's gonna mess up his head. It's gonna mess up his career. And if it messes up Devin, lo and behold, Bill probably gonna roll over and die. I hope he don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just it's figure of speech. But at the same time, if we put Haney in there right now with Tank and he get beat the way we feel like he would get beat, which is TKO probably, Bill Haney will sit there right on the edge ringside and croak out because he hyped him up too much. You know what I'm saying? Again, great marketability and everything, but at the same time, this is not the guy you want to push marketability against. Like Tank is not that guy. We're not gonna use the market scheme to pick a fight with Tank. That's not what you should be doing. He says, "What is the most feasible fight for Tank at 135? Is Pac possible?" When he say Pac, is he talking about Pacquiao?
Yeah. I
Nah.
say Shakur. I don't think Manny Pacquiao. I mean, it'll make money. Tank versus Pacquiao would generate a lot of revenue because of Manny Pacquiao's fan base, but I don't think true boxing heads would give Tank credit for that because Manny Pacquiao ain't fought in a long time. I think his last fight was against Ugas. You know what I mean? And I think that was like before the pandemic. So,
Right.
I just think that that I
You,
say like at 135, a fight with Shakur will be good. Will be what I'm saying. I think pure boxing heads would like that fight. You know what I'm saying.
yeah,
But
I ain't gonna lie. Me being a consumer, me watching the sport, I wouldn't even give Tank credit for fighting Pacquiao. I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't even indulge in it. I probably let it happen and watch the highlights. I ain't gonna lie, because I just see old man. He get in there, he get off some nice little punches, but then in the end, I just see Tank putting that boy in cardiac arrest. Like, nah, just stay away from it. I wouldn't. But again, Shakur, I think that's what Devin should build off of, the Shakur and Tank fight. I think Devin should let Tank and Shakur duke it out, and then he play it smart. We all know who's gonna be the loser of that fight is, which I'm gonna say Shakur. After he see that Shakur loses this fight, you get in there with Shakur, see where you stand at, and compare it to what Shakur did to Tank in the ring, and now you measure up to Tank and see where you stand at. Like, now that's a great stepping stone for Devin. That's what he should be looking at. He should be trying to promote them two to get in there with each other so he can have a stepping stone to build off of. And if Shakur get in there and put in a swell performance, and you still take the fight and say, all right, Shakur, let's go. You got in there, you duped it out with Tank. All right, let's see what me and you can do. And then again, from that, use the measuring stick and you go out there and say, hey, look, here go my last couple fights. Here go my resume, Tank. You know what I'm saying? I got in there with Shakur. I beat Shakur. All right, what's up with you? You beat Shakur. I beat Shakur. You know what I'm saying? He had a swell performance against both of them, but at the same time, we still got the dub. So let's build off of this. Now they got something to work with. Now they got something compatible in both their resumes. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur would be a solid. Shakur would be a solid. But Pacquiao, nah, I wouldn't even indulge in that.
I think that truthfully, when it comes to Tank versus Haney, I I think because the ego is in the way, I don't think this fight gonna happen. I'm just keeping a stack bundle. I think that boy uh Devin gonna go to 147 and try to fight a little easy fight up there. You know what I mean? Probably try to go after Keith Thurman. I don't think that's an easy fight, by the way. I don't know why they playing with Keith Thurman like that. Like, what I mean? I guess because he inactive, you know what I mean? But, they going to find out when that boy on you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got to go back and watch the old Keith Thurman, man. He ain't nothing to be played with.
I don't know why even Carissa Shields coming from. I'm like, bro, y'all understand Keith Thurman, bro? Like, granted, this man came off a layoff and beat Mario Barrios, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, all right, keep. That's
You say,
all
all
I
right.
gotta say. I mean, but like I said before, I don't see Devin conceding, to Tanks. I think what's gonna happen is Tank gonna send a contract, and Devin gonna be, oh man, Tanks sent me this. It's a dog and pony show. You know what I'm saying? We just want to see you fight. We just want to see the best fight the best. But I think that Devin is not gonna concede. I think everybody trying to blame Tank, and it's not Tank fault.
It's not Tank, bro.
It's not Tank. It's Devin. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's Devin Haney and his team. If you really want smoke, all right, Tank, we'll be waiting on your offer. Not Eddie Hearn hit Tank up directly, talking about, hey, come fight on the zone. Nah.
Who
For what?
does that? For what?
Why would I if I then I'm giving up, like I said, I'm giving up my position. You know what I mean? What I need to come fight you on the zone for? You know what I mean? Tank said, I'm not even talking to you. What I'm talking to you for? You know
Right.
who to call, which is Al Heyman.
Yeah, I ain't most definitely.
You know what I
So
mean?
like, yeah, we at this point, anybody that don't see that is not Tank is just diehard Devin Haney fans, and they really think Devin Haney deserve a chance to be in there with Tank, and they're gonna beat and they think Haney gonna beat Tank. Now I'm not gonna say Haney gonna get in there and get straight washed. He gonna hang in there for a little bit. He gonna get in there. He gonna do a little something, but at the same time, It's not feasible from the money side of it, from the timing side of it, and also the matchup standpoint. I just don't see Haney posing a threat at all. You got to have something to make Tank think. You got to. You got, and right now I don't think Haney got enough in his bag to make Tank think. And then all in all, like you said, Capo, I don't think we're gonna get this fight. At least not right now. It's not gonna happen right now due to clash of egos. And Haney gonna have to be the one to concede and to whatever Tank put out there. And if it's like you said, if it's at 135, then it got to be at 135. If you want it at 140 with a catch weight, then take it at 140 with a catch weight. But it's evident at this point, like Haney's gonna make it. He's gonna make a move. He gonna beat them feet when Tank get close. He gonna get out the way. So we ain't getting that fight. You know what I'm saying? But what other fights do you think we should be trying to get and trying to see outside of the whole Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, outside of the whole Canelo Benavidez, outside of the whole Haney and Tank, thing? What other fights do you think should be intriguing coming up in 2024?
Teo,
Should they be pushing for?
Teofimo versus Devin Haney. Teofimo versus Regis Prograis. Teofimo versus Matias, right? At 47, there's only after the L and Bud. I mean, Boots versus Bud. That's the
Yeah,
fight.
that's the only
You
feasible
know what I
fight
mean?
at 147.
Or you know, um, and Big Charlo versus Caleb Plant, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got to get that one
I
at
ain't gonna lie to you. That fight would have been made immediately. Soon as he slapped me, bro. Like, let me tell you something. Nigga slapped me, bro. Ain't nothing. I don't care how many people right there. You, if I couldn't get to him, Al, what's good, man? Hey, I don't care if you send me 200,000. Get me in the ring with Caleb Plant and let's make this thing happen, man. I don't care where we fight at. We can fight in the back of Kroger. I don't care. I just want a man.
He said,
You know what I mean? Just real talk, man. Like, Caleb Plant even made like a little fight fight art card with him versus Charlo. I'm like, nah, man. Like, that fight got to be next. I'll call the WBC and be like, hey, look. I'll fight all my mandatories, but I gotta get this Caleb Plant fight first. Can y'all spare me? You know what I mean? But that's a fight that I really want to see. But does it matter? Say why nobody forced Canelo to fight Morrell?
mm,
Because Morrell, to me, he still got you obviously see the skill. You know what I mean? Southpaw, very good fighter. But, I think he still got a little bit more to prove in the sport of boxing, to get that particular fight. Um, I think a David Benavidez fight is more likely to happen if he gets a couple of more fights under his belt. If I'm David Morrell, I would look to maybe try to get um, a Demetrius Andre fight. You know what I mean? Like that fight is more feasible to happen. You know what I mean? Maybe try to get a Derevchenko fight. You know what I'm saying? Like just start fighting bigger names, tougher competition a little bit, and then I think those fights can happen sooner than later. You get what I mean? But a Canelo fight, I mean, we just gonna keep it down. He ain't gonna get that. He gotta generate a lot of. He gotta first of all, he gotta have a country behind him. He gotta generate a lot
hmm
of money for Canelo to even look at that boy. You know what I mean?
right.
David Benavidez is the only fighter Canelo need to be looking at. That's it.
The only one. Mexico versus Mexico.
You see what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
That's the only fight he need to fight. I mean, him talking about he want to fight Terrence Crawford. I mean, we all know what's gonna happen in that fight. Terrence Crawford gonna be looking at the ceiling like this. That's what's gonna happen. I'm sorry, and if you're a Bud Buddy in here, I'm sorry. I don't care. That boy gonna get sparked. If he go to 168 from 147 pounds, I don't care how much skill you got. It's weight classes for a reason. That man
Hmm.
getting the first beat off him. You know, but Canelo is an opportunist, and he probably gonna fight Jamal Charlo. That's what I that's what I foresee. I see him go. I see him fight Jamal Charlo, and I think he'll beat Jamal Charlo too. You know what I mean?
You think he go get him?
I think he'll beat Charlo too, and here's why. Charlo has been off for 3 years. He fought one fight against Jose Benavidez Jr., who is not a true 160 pounder. You know what I mean? And really, they fought at a catch weight above 160 pounds, right? And
Right.
Charlo missed that weight, but the dude is not a he's not a natural fighter at that weight. You get what I mean? So he
Right.
doesn't possess anything that's dangerous to Charlo. It's like a tuna fight. You know what I mean? And Canelo see that, so he like, I'll fight him now. Because when the last time Canelo fought somebody coming off a strong performance? If somebody could put that in the comment section, let me know. If you have
He
a
ain't.
strong, dominant performance, Canelo not fighting you. Now, if
Nah, he won't.
he think about it, when he fought Triple G, he fought Triple G. Yeah, Triple G stopped Kell Brook, but Kell Brook revealed some things that you could do to Triple G in that fight. Go back and watch that fight. How Kell Brook had Triple G head bopping like this because he was landing them uppercuts in there. You know what I mean? Certain things that Canelo used in that fight. You get what I mean?
Right.
Because y'all forget when Triple G was calling out Canelo at first, Canelo was like, man, you know what I mean? It happened in the future. But then the Kell Brook fight happened, and then boom. You get what I mean?
He hopped on it.
So I just think that, Canelo, man, he probably going to end up fighting Jamal Charlo.
He said
Yeah.
Canelo will not fight Benny V. Benny V will not fight Morrell, and didn't Morrell fight two of Canelo's mandatories? Uh, if I'm not mistaken, did he fight two of his mandatories?
I believe so.
I gotta
I,
go back and look at that. That's a good question. I think he did. I think Morrell did fight two of Canelo's mandatories. And Canelo, you know what I'm saying? While we on the subject of Canelo, he in that political boxing chair now. He not worried about his legacy no more. His legacy already solidified. So he feel like why should he have to risk going out there and taking the L right now at this juncture in his career. And then and I feel like nothing would be hurt by it. It would just be the change of face. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Canelo really ready to walk away and not be the guy, not even for boxing, the guy of Mexico. You know what I'm saying? If Benavidez beat him, then Benavidez will be the king of Mexico, and I don't think Canelo ready to get that wave up yet. So that's kind of why I feel like that fight won't happen. And not only that, stylistically, Benavidez got everything you need to beat a Canelo. He got distance, he got strength, he got speed, he got combos. He can be slick if he need to be, but all in all, Canelo just not ready to get off that wave of being the king of Mexico. It's not even about boxing. And then Benavidez again. I don't know. He is an attraction. You know what I'm saying? But then again, how much money can he really bring to the table in this fight? So Canelo not gonna fight him. As far as Benny V fighting Morrell, again, I think Morrell, like Capo said, he got to get some more body. I mean, some more work up under his belt, and then maybe he can start talking about fighting Benny V. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Morrell did fight two of Canelo mandatories. I gotta go look that up.
yeah, he did, but the thing is, dude only got 10 fights. You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
enough.
He only got 10 fights. He 10-0, 9 KOs. And that's, he got to start fighting some names. Like I say, he could fight uh, uh, David Lemieux, Kyron Davis, I think Anthony Durrell retired now. But, and Jalen I Love retired as well. He's, what's the name trainer? What's that white boy name? the YouTube dude, Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, yeah.
He is trainer. So um he got to start fighting some names. You know what I mean? Because when you look at his resume, I'm looking at it now. He don't really have any names on there. You get what I mean? And that's the problem with what's his name? Morrell. My bad.
Right, yeah, right.
Is basically he don't have the names, the attraction. You see the skill, you see the talent, you see it all, but you can sit there and make the argument and be like, he ain't really doing enough. Me personally, I'm just gonna me as a fan. Yep, I want to see David Morrell in there with David Benavidez and Canelo, but I'm
Right,
looking at it from their perspective. They not gonna fight him. Bro. They gonna say he got to do a little more, and that's what they keep saying. Oh, he got to do a little more. You get what I mean? And David Benavidez is at that point in his career where he's ascending. So he's looking at Morrell like, I see you, you're a good fighter, but I'm gonna have to politic you real quick. You know what I mean?
right.
You ain't fighting nobody. You ain't fighting nobody worth me, risking my O. You know what I mean? So that's just what that is right there. But like I said, man, Dave Morrell, the truth. He trained out here in Houston. You know what I'm saying? With Ronnie Shields, he got a good trainer, Hall of Fame trainer in his corner. I mean, like I say, man, a uh, it's definitely a fight, that I want to see, but it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
But here's my spin on this though. Do you think that Canelo is getting a pass, Coach? And y'all put this in the conversation. Now we segueing off that Tank Haney. It's only so much we can talk about with that. When it comes down to Canelo, you feel like he getting a pass? Do you feel like he deserves a pass because of his past work, or do you feel like as a consumer, you like I don't care about none of that. You need to fight. Who we ask you to fight.
You know my mindset, bro. They letting him get a pass, and that man need to get up out of that political chair and fight somebody. Because when Canelo was my guy, bro, he was fighting in and everybody. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if he was Floyd, if he was Cotto, if he was whoever. The name didn't matter. And he was from division. I swear the boy went from like sometimes I swear he went from 130 all the way up to 178 and all the way back down. But that's when I liked it, Canelo, because he didn't care who he was. He didn't care what division he was in. He was coming to fight you. If you was the guy, he was coming to fight you. It didn't matter. It did not matter. And I believe he getting the pass. And me as a consumer, we need to take this hard pass from him and tell him, hey, you finna get in detention and you finna get in the ring with somebody. With somebody. And we already know I had to keep bringing it up. And that somebody gotta be Benny V. It gotta be Benny V. It gotta be Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Like stop pacifying this man just because he been the face of boxing for so long and his career has been so solidified, it's been luxurious and illustrious. Like forget all that. This is boxing, man. If I'm gonna be considered the best, I want to get in there and test the best. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else, you follow suit. If you're not the best, I ain't talking. But I'm the best right now. You know what I'm saying? For me to stay the best, I want to continue to beat the best. And I feel like right now they're giving that man a pass. They letting him do what he want. They sitting there, let him look pretty. They let him doing this little salsa dance and getting all this. Forget all that. Get up, get out that chair and box somebody, fight somebody, man. Like stop sitting back. Like you only got so much time left. Like and I'm gonna be honest. Canelo can take a L to anybody right now. Well, I ain't gonna say anybody. Canelo could take a L, and nothing will happen to his legacy. His legacy is already solidified. There's nothing nobody can do to him throughout the rest of his career and take what he's done for the sport of boxing away from him. Like nobody. So I'm again, stop giving them a pass. Make that man get up out that chair and go box somebody, go fight somebody, man. Like stop sitting there absorbing all this unnecessary, you know, content and familiarity with being famous and all that. Go out there and fight somebody before you got famous. When you was out there, you was a dog. Like what that dog mentality went, man. Like for the whole sport of boxing, what a dog, what a real killer dog mentality. Yeah. Like everybody nitpicking. Oh, I want this purse. Oh, I want these stipulations. Oh, I want to have a reach. Man, bump all that, bro. Y'all boys get out there and prove who you are. Show who you trying to be and who you really want to be. Show us you can be that person in this ring, in your era, in your time. Solidify yourself in the Hall of Fame. That's what I think everybody needs to do. And it starts with Canelo. Because long as he's sitting pretty, they gonna feel like they can do it too. Because Floyd out the game. You know what I'm saying? Floyd can speak and give all type of pieces of advice to these boys, but it's up to them to take it and listen to it. But as long as Canelo's sitting the way he's sitting, bro, I believe boxing gonna stay like this. He's gonna have to be the one to break the chain. He's gonna have to be the one to get up and say, I want to fight Benny B. And I believe once that happens, boxing will start taking that shape again. What a head honchos fighting head honchos. Does it really matter? He says, what about Boots and Bud? Can that be forced? Uh,
Mm,
I don't,
so not necessarily. Can't really be forced because Terrence Crawford don't have that IBF belt, right? So um, can't really be forced. I mean, unless fans just put pressure on Terrence Crawford to fight Jambu Sims, which a lot of them not. You know what I'm saying? I am. I would. You know what I mean? If
right,
you know what I mean, that's a fight. He said he's standing at 147. You know, if I had to do the pecking order of 147 pounds, I'll do Terrence Crawford, Boots, and Errol. The only reason I put Errol at 3 is because he lost to Terrence Crawford, right?
right.
And Errol don't have a belt. Boots got a belt now. So regardless of how he got it, he got a belt. So if Terrence Crawford want to become undisputed again, he got to go fight Jan Business and beat him. And Terrence Crawford is holding on to them belts. He ain't doing nothing with them. He ain't say, you know, I know after he fought Errol, he was like, yo, we going to 154, possibly. And then now I'm hearing he want to fight Errol 147. You know what I mean? So, and which coach, I'm going to ask you this, man. What can Errol Spence do in a second fight, in your opinion? Let me know. What can he do differently? You know what I mean? What can he do to beat Terrence Crawford in the second fight?
Number one, before he even get in the ring, his mental state has to be clear. I don't care what nobody say. I looked at Spence before the fight, after the fight. His mental state was not clear. That's number one. Number two, up your preparation. He has to up his preparation because I feel like he didn't prepare for Bud at all. He went through the normal routine as if he wasn't getting ready to fight nobody. That's what it looked like to me. I'm not. I bar none. I hold no excuses. I'm holding Earl accountable. He looked like honestly, he looked like he didn't take Bud seriously. I don't think he really paid attention to what Bud was doing because if he was, he would have seen that Bud was really. It looked like Bud could have ran a Rocky Saga the way he was training. He was doing everything above and beyond to prepare for Earl, and Earl looked like he just went through his regular regimen, with Shields and then is it my bad with the team. I'm like, man, Earl, you look like you wasn't expecting Boost to do none of this. Do you not know this man coming for Wall? He trying to get something. But again, his preparation, he gotta up his preparation and his mental gotta be clear. And number three, I would like to see him be more defensively responsible. Because Terrence Crawford was catching him with some shots. I'm like, is Earl paying attention right now? Is he awake? Some punches that was landing, I'm like, Earl, like all it is a simple slip. All it is a simple roll. Like, why you standing there taking these shots for no reason? And again, I don't know what it was, but I'm not gonna keep making excuses. His preparation got to be up. His mental got to be clear. He got to be more defensively sound. And not only that, mix up your punches, mix up your combinations, change the pace of them. Put power where you normally don't put power. Put speed where you normally don't put speed. You know what I'm saying? Change that up because Terrence Crawford looked like he knew what Earl was gonna do. He sat back, he watched film, and he was ready for everything Earl was gonna throw at him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it looked like he was finishing a combination for him. Terrence Crawford was here already. Earl getting ready to throw a hook, and Terrence Crawford coming underneath, getting ready to land a punch. I'm like, Earl. I think he's figured you out, bro. You gotta do something different.
Hmm.
But yeah, so mental clarity, defensively responsible. He's got to up the preparation, and he has to switch up his punching style. You got to change the pace. Like I said, put speed where you normally don't put speed. Put power where you normally don't put power, and I think that'll make for a better fight. I don't care if they stay at 147 or go up to 54.
Do you think he can win that fight?
No, nah, I'm gonna keep it stacked. Nah. I mean, I don't see him getting knocked down that many times no more. You know what I'm saying? But at the same
Okay.
time, I feel like it'll be a little bit tougher on the judges the second time around. But I don't, because for some reason something tells me that bug got him figured out. I see the fight being better the second time, and then I'm like this: if you invested in it the first time, why not see what happens the second time? Because what if Spence does win the second time? Now we got a trilogy going. We ain't had a trilogy in a while since
Mm,
Canelo and Triple G.
mm.
So I mean, you invested in it the first time. Why not invest in it the second time? I'm just saying, why not?
I've made videos saying that L. Spence will put on a better performance. You know what I mean? I said I would favor Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford surprised me. He showed me he can level up. You get what I mean? My thing with Terence and the reason why I picked Errol Spence in the first fight was because of Terence Crawford's mental aspect. And when he normally fights, he wants to brawl with you, and you can't do that with Errol. You get what I mean? Uh, so I think that, with Errol, you know, I do believe he'll come into this fight more locked in. He's had more time to analyze this fight. You're probably watching it over and over again, and also the pressure of, not living up to the cut when it comes to this fight. Because this was supposed to be a fight that was supposed to be bigger than Pacquiao and Mayweather. This was supposed to be Hagler Hearns, you know what I mean? And, Errol Spence didn't uphold his end of the bargain when it comes to this fight. You get what I mean? Terence Crawford did. Terence Crawford came in and did what he needed to do, but Errol Spence didn't. You know what I mean? So, you know, um, I'm not gonna sit here and say Errol can't win, but he has an uphill battle. You know what I mean? He definitely got an uphill battle. It doesn't really matter. So, is it possible for Spence to mentally get stronger if he's still drinking or car damage? Um, I guess you say, is it possible for Spence to mentally get stronger? No. But to keep it 1,000, I don't think he lost that fight because of the car wreck. I don't think he lost that fight because of him drinking. I think he lost the fight because he wasn't prepared. You know,
Hmm.
that's what I believe. And somebody asked me in the last stream. They said, "Well, this is the biggest fight of his career. How wasn't he prepared?" I believe he was prepared, but he prepared like Terence Crawford was a normal fighter, in which
Right.
made countless videos saying Terence Crawford is an elite fighter, right? But you have to go in these fights. You got to go outside the norm. You can't do your normal routine. You heard Terence Crawford. He said, "Hey, I did a pre-camp for this fight, right?" So he did a pre-camp with the UFC for this fight against Errol Spence. You know what I mean? He did. He was training already, right? So that way, when he went into camp, he was already in shape, and it was just more of just focusing on his skills and polishing up everything. That's what Errol got to do. Errol Spence has to do a pre-camp, right? And and truthfully, in my opinion, he need to bring another coach in the camp to help with this fight. Maybe like a Kenny Porter or a Barry Hunter. You know what I mean? Which is Sean Porter's dad, and then Barry Hunter, he's worked with Tank, he's worked with Agent Broner, he's worked with countless of fighters. He's a brilliant mind.
Hmm.
He's worked with L. Spence as well in the amateurs. You know what I mean? So has Kenny Porter. So that he has a relationship with them. I think he should bring them in, one of them, or heck, he bring both of them, but be a set of eyes for Derrick James. This is not going to be an easy fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to be battling the demons of, man, I got mollywopped the first fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, this second fight, I want to win. I feel like I can win. You know what I mean? But it's just like, what Terence Crawford got. He's sharp. He counted. He got you figured out. So now you got to level up. You got to go above what you showed, and you got to go above what Terence Crawford showed. Can Terence put on that same performance again? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, he can, but it's definitely an uphill battle for Errol Spence. But I'll say this here. If Terence Crawford is victorious against Errol Spence, do you feel like he should fight Boots, right? If he stay at 47? Or if Canelo call his name, go fight Canelo and cash out and dip out the game? Or fight Jamel Charlo?
Mm.
Hold on. Salute to my brother Nocturnal Thoughts. Salute to you, man. Salute, salute, salute.
What's up, my guy? Uh, Let me make sure I got the question right. You say if Canelo call his name, fight Canelo, fight Boots at 147, or should he fight Charlo?
Yeah,
Those are
Jamel.
three options. Uh, I ain't gonna lie. Everything in me tells me I would like to see him against Boots because I want Boots to be able to prove himself too. You know what I'm saying? Because I like Boots. I like Boots a lot, and I'm not talking about just his style in the ring. I like him as a person, as a character. You know what I'm saying? He's a very humble person and he respects the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So, granted, how he got his belt, I don't care. I just would like him to be able to prove himself and against an elite. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I sure wouldn't mind. I sure wouldn't mind Bud against Charlo, and excuse my French, I darn sure wouldn't mind seeing him against Canelo. Even though I think Bud don't pull it off against Canelo, I just don't see that happening. But a lot of me leans more towards Boots because I think stylistically Boots can give Crawford trouble, and then again sometimes when I look at that matchup, I think Crawford can take advantage of Boots being so slick because not I was about to say Earl, my bad. Bud has been around a while, so I'll be like I believe he can capitalize on certain things that Boots can and can't do. But at the same time, overall I would like to see I would like to see Boots be able to create his own wave. So I would want to see Boots versus Bud more than any of the other fights. I can care less about the Canelo and Charlo fight.
So, what do you feel about Bud saying that Boots, it's kind of that fight don't interest him, and him saying that, that's kind of like a basically he said that's a what's that high risk low reward type thing, what's your viewpoint? Now, granted, he didn't say it like that, but that's kind of how he put it, if that makes sense indirectly. You know what I mean? He,
Okay.
so what you feel about that?
Uh, you know, I feel like if he was trying to put it in that type of manner, high risk, low reward, he's right. He's right. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get in there with Boots, you don't know exactly how to deal with it until you in there with a Boots. And let's say Boots does beat him, it does a whole lot more for Boots than it does for a Crawford. You know what I'm saying? If Bud loses that fight, then people gonna be like, "Oh, we told you couldn't be this. We told you couldn't be Boots." Da, 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 whatever. But if he do beat the Boots, it's like people be like, "You should have beat Boots. Bravo, you should have beat Boots." So if he's putting it in that manner, it is high risk, low reward. And then again, if he beats the Boots, what does he really get out of it? You don't get too much out of it. That people again, like I say, people be like, "You should have beat Boots. You've been around a long time. You're elite. You was undisputed. You beat Spence. That's somebody you should beat, like hands down, no problem." But then again, once you get in the ring with Boots, it's like how I'm gonna fight somebody who know how to slow mo dance like Michael Jackson and still catch me after he slip and turn the chin. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I don't think Boots would do that against Bud, but at the same time, that's a different type of athleticism you're dealing with. That's not even boxing no more. That's athleticism. From a coaching standpoint, when you get a guy like that and you training him, it's like, okay, how do I grasp the concept of being able to implement that into his boxing skill? You know what I'm saying? That's not you can't prepare for nothing like that. That's sheer athleticism. boxing is one thing, but when you got a guy who's athletic with it, it makes it a whole, it makes the story completely different. But anyways, as I digress, I again, if Crawford, if Bud is putting it that way, then it is a high risk, low reward. So I wouldn't care to see it. But again, for Boots' side of it, I would like to see it that way. One of the fighters that's up and coming, trying to solidify themselves in the sport of boxing, get a chance to do it the right way. He get to go against a big dog. He get to change the face of boxing. He get to make himself a big dog by beating a big dog. So that's the only reason I would take interest in this fight is more for Boots versus Bud.
Okay, okay, I respect that. Doesn't really matter. Say why them coaches have Lil B Hop at 135. That's not his weight. Now he got two KOs at 135. Is he damaged? Mm, mm, no, I don't feel like he damaged, man. I don't think he. I don't feel like he damaged. You know what I mean? Um, I will say this: Lil B Hop. He got put his pride to the side, man. Chris Colbert, man, he's not a 135 pounder, man. He's that weight is he's a 130 pounder, you know, and I understand that he got the win against Ryu the first time. He should have took that and set off in the sunset. Hey, I'm going back down to 30, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, I thought what happened the other day was gonna happen in the first fight, and it came to fruition. You know what I mean? He got caught, and that was good night. He was face down. What's the term? Face down. Boy looked like he was twerking, man. I don't know. We were weird. That's weird behavior to me. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, man, I feel like he need to go back down to 130, man, and but also I think with him, like I said, it's his pride and arrogance that got him in this situation. You know what I mean? When he lost his first fight to Hector Luis Garcia, I guess he felt like, oh, I'll go to 35, and it's like, dude, you should have stayed at 30 and competed. You get what I mean? 35 to me is he's small, he's frail. You know what I mean? I mean, look at him compared to El Rayu. You know what I mean? El Rayu is humongous. A lot of these 135 pounders are big. You got Frank Martin, Shakur. They pretty big, man, for that weight. And you look at little old Chris Colbert, it's like I don't know. So I think he need to go back down to 30, man.
But before I give my take on this, my opinion on this, if I'm not mistaken, Lil B Hop, he had the documentary on Netflix that was called Counter Punch. He was in there,
I'm not
if I'm
sure.
not mistaken,
I haven't seen it.
because I believe the name ring a bell. I know I just never really called him Chris Colbert, but I remember seeing a Lil B Hop on a documentary on Netflix called
Yeah,
Counter Punch.
this him right here, Chris Colbert. That's little B Hop. He
Oh yeah,
was
that's him. That's
he
him.
wasn't
That's
like the
him.
little rainbow hair. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the boy was a little. At first when I seen him, because he be wearing a little stripe, but then he told me why he wear it. Well, he didn't tell me. I'm tripping. He told reporters why he does it. He does it for certain kids. You know what I mean? So um, he that's why he do it. So he do it for a good cause.
Yeah, yeah, that's him. That's him. That's him. If I'm not mistaken, he went pro a little early for me. He could have been a whole lot better, and he could have been a little bit more solidified. And I'm not taking nothing from him now, but at the same time, I think he went pro a little early for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? He still had a long way to go mentally before he went pro, but everything else was there. The skills was there. The gifts was all present. Everything was there for him, but he just went pro early for the wrong reasons. He was more trying to show off versus trying to, solidify himself, in the boxing world. But again, I wish the best to him, but at the same time, if that's the same guy, which I'm looking at him, it is. He still got some mental maturity. Go. He still got to mature mentally
Yeah,
before. Go ahead, my bad.
he was the main one talking about Wilder in the back in the gap. He was going ham on Wilder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just think that, like you said, he got some maturity issues. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't really matter. So he said they was too big for him. Is it that the coach is doing that? Truthfully, I'm not 100% sure. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's coaches, but I do know that he said that before. He also said he was going back to 130 after he beat LIU. You know what I mean? The last time they fought, he said, "Hey man, I'm going back to 130," which he should have done. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's a coach's decision. It could be both. It could be both of them being like, "Hey, there's no big fights for you at 130," which who's at 130 right now? 130 not really popping like that. So he knows at 135 that's where all the big fights at. So I think it was a little bit of both. I think it was the coaches and him making that decision. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he made that decision because of look who's at 135. You got Shakur, you got Tank, you got Frank Martin, you got Eastside Pitbull Cruz. Like you got a lot of big fights at 135. At 35 and 40, it's popping right now. It's nothing really at 30. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like I said before, I think it's a little bit of both. Like Turner says that Chris has never been 10 toes down in boxing. Okay.
No. Exactly.
I mean, it shows. You know what I'm saying? It shows.
Exactly.
But, like I said before, I think that it's a little bit of both. And it makes sense. You know what I mean? If I'm at a weight class that there are no big fights. I mean, the only reason for me to stay in that weight class is if, I want to collect belts, and I want to take, a little easy route. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if I know that, hey, it's killers at 135 and it's money there and I want that money, I got to go through these sharks that's over here. You get what I mean? So that's my take on it. What you got, coach?
Uh, Again, like I said, just like Nocturnal Thought said, he's never been 10 toes down, and that's what I mean by the mental aspect of it. He's never been mentally already like 100% 10 toes down, like you said in boxing. He went pro. You know what I'm saying? He cut his amateur career short for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was legit. He was standing out amongst his peers, but at the same time, he wasn't. He was never mentally ready to take that next step. But again, like you said, I agree with you 100%. It's nothing really jumping at 130, but at the same time, if I at me as a coach and I got a fighter right here who I'm looking at, like, well, you know, but skin and bones. I don't know if you can hack it with the 135ers. I'm not forcing you to do that. Now, at the same time, if you feel like you want to try it, me as being your coach, I'm gonna ride with you because I'm your coach. I'm your ride or die. I'm gonna be in the corner with you no matter what. So if you want to test the theory out, then guess what? I'm gonna get you to 135. I'm gonna prepare you to the best of my ability, and we're gonna see what it do. And we're gonna try to make it do what it do. But if you get in there and I'm the coach and I'm sitting there looking at you taking the beating just because you can't withstand the power because it's not your weight and you're not moving well at 135, then all right, cool. I'm gonna give you the real after the match and I'm gonna tell you, hey, I'm not trying to tell you what to do because you're a grown man at the end of the day. But the way we looked out there in the ring at 135, it doesn't suit you. It doesn't look right. You was taking the beating for no reason. You can't move. You're not carrying your weight well. All right, cool. I'm gonna give you my suggestion. Now, if you want to choose to stay here at 135, then guess what? I'm your guy. I'm not gonna leave until you say, "Hey, I want another coach that can coach me, in this manner at 135." All right, cool. I'll back off. You got it. But remember, I gave you my suggestions. I gave you the honest opinion. I'm always give you my honest opinion, especially when we get ready to enter that ring. Because me as a coach, I feel for my fighters. And when they in there getting slaughtered, I mean, none of my fighters get slaughtered anyway. Let's just get that out of the way. They don't get slaughtered because they already know, hey, you go out there playing with Coach B and you go out there and get slaughtered, you might not fight for a while. And I'm gonna just keep it quite frank with you until you get your stuff straight. We not even gonna test that theory. But
Yeah.
anyways, like I say, I feel for my fighters. Even when they is in there, they doing their thing, they get clipped one time and I'm like, all right, you gotta shake it off. Woo. Looking at them, they come back to the corner. Hey, you good? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you keep that hand up. Now we worked on this stuff. Don't be getting caught because sometimes I be getting amped up myself because I ain't old, but I'm liberal in the knees. Sometimes I be wanting to get in there and work myself out a little bit. You feel me? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm always keep it real, 100% with my fighters, no matter what. If it fit, it fit. If it don't, it don't. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. But if you want me here and this is what you want to do, I'm here with you. I'm gonna ride with you. But at the same time, expect the truth, win or lose, even in the wins that we get. Hey, we kind of got lucky on this, you know what I'm saying? Because you was catching some stuff you shouldn't be catching, some stuff you normally don't catch. You need to start moving. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I feel like, especially in boxing, if it wasn't for the fans, some of the fighters that had took some L's, and I'm gonna take Adrian Broner for instance. The L he took to McDonough, if he was really paying attention, he could have learned a lot more from himself and the people he surrounded himself with. If it wasn't for the fans doubted him down, put him on a put him way down in the dumps, and we never seen the real return of Adrian Broner. But because I honestly, he took a beating, but I didn't see it to where he couldn't come back and fight McDonough again and beat him. You know what I'm saying? It was just the mental aspect that was going on, the people he had around him, he trying to do the party, he doing all this stuff. Man, get out of here with that, man. Get out of here, man. Go, McDonough come here to fight. You out here trying to dance and do whatever it is you doing before you get. McDonough not here to play with you, boy. You not. But again, I take Adrian Broner. If he would have had the right people around him at the time when he took that L to McDonough, I guarantee you, Broner could have got back in there with that same McDonough and put him to work and beat him. So that's just who I am as a coach. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it the thou wow with you. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it straight. I'm a straight shooter, and I'm gonna let you know the real. Hey, don't do that again. We don't need to be at 135. We don't. We need to be at 130. This is what suits you.
And I feel like that's what Chris Cooper need, you know. But I don't support the coach flipping. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you came in there with, y'all just got to go back to the drawing board and figure it out. You get what I mean?
Right.
And that's just my take on it. Because you want to be with somebody that came up through the ranks with you. You know what I mean? They know you. You know, y'all sit down and y'all actually talk, communicate. Do hey, let's be real. Let's vent. Let's what do you see? Okay, boom, right here. You need to do X, Y, Z enough. That's how I was with my coach. You know what I mean? We had a real, you know, I say partnership to the point where when it came to certain fights, even fights I won, it was like, hey, right here, you should have did this. You get what I mean? You got to have that honesty. And a lot of these fighters are getting with coaches that, just in it for the money. Like I said, I'm not saying every coach is like that, but you don't want to be coach hopping because, oh, this dude famous and this dude work with this dude, And granted, sometimes that works. You change your scenery and, you know, get another coach and you take off. You know what I mean? But me, I'm against it. You know what I mean? I live and die with what I came in with. You know what I
Right.
mean? Look at Terrence Crawford. He got three coaches, which he got Cheeto Man, Bomac, and then he got the Hispanic dude who don't talk. I've never heard that man talk. You know what I mean? He don't talk. He just get up. You got him, and then you got Red. You know what I'm saying? And I think really, truthfully, the Hispanic dude come up with the game plans. I ain't finna hold you. Bomac just talk a lot. You know what I mean? But that is my opinion. I don't, I ain't. I'm just saying. But you look at Bud, what he came in with, he was with those guys since he was a young fighter. You get what I mean? And now he's two division world champion. Undisputed champion, excuse me, my bad. Two-time undisputed champion, two different weight classes. And he got the same guys he came up the ranks with. You know what I mean? And he's told stories of them certain promotional companies being like, hey, you gotta do away with those coaches. And he said no. You know what I mean? But I think there has to be an equal balance. You have to respect your coaches. You got to respect their viewpoint, but as well as your coaches got to respect you too. You know what I mean? I think with Lil B Hop, him He realized 135 is too much. Just like Tank. Tank realized, man, 140 is too much for me. You get what I
Right.
mean? He understood that, man, them punches, they got a little bit of, oomph on them at this weight class.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he realizing, like, okay, I can't be up here. You know what I mean? I can't campaign up here because, I may get clipped with something and now I'm doing a stanky leg too. You know what I mean? So it's just the principle of the whole thing. You gotta know your body, but your coaches, they gotta understand as well. You know what I mean? And it's very important to have that because I'm finna segue into that coaching realm. You know what I mean? And
Right. Right.
one thing I'm learning is you gotta understand your fighters, and you have to also look out for your fighters and the best interest for your fighters and care about them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. Doesn't really matter. Say, did they allow Fury to cheat Wilder? And he said his coach helped him. Look, man, the Tyson Fury thing, bro. I mean, do I believe he cheated? Yeah, not gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, he's been caught before doing stuff, but yet again, I don't know if he got pictures on somebody or whatever. They ain't gonna investigate it. So it's kind of like they treating it as a he say, she say, although there's facts. You know what I mean? But I do believe that Tyson Fury, this look, man, your glove not supposed to do that, man. I don't care. I don't
That
understand. And this is the thing. I saw a TikTok where there was a guy from the UK explaining, well, this is this is normal for the glove. No, it's not, bro. I've competed in the amateurs, trained. My glove has never looked like that. Whether it was a new glove, I even got gloves that are worn out. They don't flop like that. You get what I mean? If anything, you lose the padding in the glove to the point where, when you hit in the bag, you may feel like it may feel like you bare knuckling it. But that's it. Overall, my glove is not doing this. You know what I'm saying?
if I swing like this and my glove is back here as I'm swinging, so- that boy had a sandbag, a bag of rocks, a bag of stones, a bag of whatever you want.
What,
That
grandma
boy
used
had
to
something.
say, lock in a sock. Grandma used to have that lock in a sock. You know what I'm saying? My grandma had a lock in a sock, man. That's what that boy
That's
had.
what it looked like he was swinging, bro. Ain't, ain't no way, especially as like Fury long. I get it. He big. He probably got some big hand. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no way your hand not in that glove to where when you throwing your punch, when you throwing your hook, whatever you doing, that glove, your hand, bro. Look, I'm pushing. I can't. I ain't gonna get into it. I feel like he cheated, but it is what it is. I mean, like I say, they gonna leave it as is. They not gonna investigate it. They not gonna touch it. It's already over with. They done let Fury beat our black superhero twice. He cheated. It is what it is. So I ain't got too much to say about it, bro. You just can't.
You can't explain that, bro. I don't know what type of gloves that was. I don't know what brand that was, bro. I got Everlast, I got Vipe, uh uh I got what Cletores. I got all the type of gloves you could think of. Different brands. None of my gloves do that. None of them. So I don't know what type of gloves that was. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is, man. They let him get away with it. Let him get away with murder. Hey, that's his take on it. Hopefully, I think he's supposed to fight Usyk. So Usyk, I
Please, God, beat this
hopefully
man.
Usyk destroy that man. That's what I want. I want Usyk to punish. I don't even want Usyk to stop him. I want Usyk to punish Tyson Fury for 12 rounds. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
I want that man to get beat down from bell one to bell to the last bell. I want to see Fury get punished, just get pummeled. I want him to get ready to hit him. He get ready to fall. No, 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 Red. I gotta pick him up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't stand Fury, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't stand
He said, did his team help them? I don't think Tyson Fury team helped. I think it was just Tyson Fury because that coach has coached many other fighters. The black coach, I forgot his name. Yeah, I think his name Manuel Stewart. Uh, he's coached many different fighters, and they ain't they ain't they ain't did nothing like that. Sugar Hill Stewart, my bad, that's his name. But they ain't had nothing like that. I think it was just Tyson Fury, man. Tyson Fury be doing sneaky stuff, man. I mean, look at him, bro. You
I was just gonna say I don't judge a book by its cover, but if you look at Tyson Fury, he looked like the type of monk that'll cheat on every. He'll cheat every little chance you give him. He the type that you'll be like, you'll be taking a test. He'll stand up and stretch and get all your answers, and then sit down and be like, write it all down and try to hear him turn it and be like, how'd you get the same answer? Ma'am, he cheated. Like, I feel like he one of them. I feel like Tyson did. He weird, bro. He weird looking. I know no judge book by their cover, but he looked like a cheat. He looked like a cheater, bro.
he said Wilder said his own team helped him. Wilder's team, because I know Wilder was saying one of his coaches assisted Tyson Fury. So I mean, let me know which team. I mean, like I say, yeah, I don't believe it was Sugar Hill. It could have been the other people involved in Tyson Fury's team that participated in it, but I will exclude Sugar Hill. I don't think he was involved in that, but I think it could have been everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Tyson Fury had cheated before, so and he ain't. I think he got caught after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he know what he doing, man. And
I don't put no doubt on him. I believe he did.
I mean, just look at that boy, man. He look untrustworthy. Look at how. First of all, the boy built like a bag of rice, man. Let's just keep it 1,000. He built like a bag of rice, man. I mean, he just, and I'm sorry, I'm body shaming Cub, man. Let me just, but it's just like, man, come on. You look at him, you don't see a solid man. Like, oh man, that dude. Nah, he looked like he gonna lie to you, like off rip, off the muscle.
Yeah, he do. He do.
You know what I'm saying? So,
There was Capiato that one. He do.
like I say, with Tyson Fury, I wouldn't be shocked by nothing. Not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be shocked by, you know, any and everything that come out about that man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they're not looking into it, so it is what it is. But coach, who you real quick? I mean, you pretty much said, you hope Usyk, but how do you think Usyk beats Tyson Fury? I mean, Tyson Fury is like what 6'9". Usyk, I think, is like 6'3". How does Usyk, if you're Usyk's coach, what would be your approach to neutralize Tyson Fury?
Uh, I would come up with a simple game plan. Let's take advantage of the height difference. So I'm gonna create a game plan to get Usyk to get inside, stay inside, work low, and once he start bringing his hands low, we'll start coming over the top. Simple game plan. Simple game plan. We just gonna outwork and outwit him from the inside. We're gonna take the size advantage and use it to our advantage, kind of like in Ghana. I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna put them on like a peekaboo style type regimen, and we gonna work. We're gonna move our head on the way inside. As soon as Tyson Fury start letting off them lazy jabs, we're gonna capitalize off of that. And if he can't catch us, it's really over with. If you can't catch us on the way in, it's really over with. Because now we're gonna play with you. Now we're gonna work in and out. We're gonna turn you. We're gonna use pivots, angles, and all that good stuff. And that'll be a simple game plan. I think the thing is with Wilder, why he can continuously beat Wilder outside of the fact that he's putting stones in his gloves, sandbags, whatever weights, locks, whatever. Outside of the fact that Wilder is a big target and he's easy to hit. Tyson Fury really hasn't been against somebody like Usyk yet. He hasn't fought anybody with the style of a Usyk. And I believe that's why he had trouble with Ngannou, even though Ngannou was a UFC fighter. Ngannou went and got the correct game plan to beat a Tyson Fury. And to this day, I'm gonna take it to my grave. Fury did not win that fight against Ngannou. Period. He did not. He did not.
Hey man, hey, you know, I gotta say this here. You know, and Ghana really opened my eyes because I'm not gonna lie to you. When they announced the fight, I was like, I ain't watching that, man.
Same here, bro.
I ain't watching that. But then remember, Peso was texting us. I'm like, oh, French look. I'm like, I go, and I'm like, oh, this boy, now he knocked him down. Oh, okay, interesting. You know what I mean? That's that, especially for his first fight. You know, against a heavyweight champion like Tyson Fury. So I don't know if Fury just underestimated dude or what, but man, that had me on the edge of my seat, man. I ain't gonna hold you. He said water fired Brendan and said they put something in his water and had proof of what to press charges.
Oof. I don't know about that. I ain't got that. This news to me. That's
Well, I
crazy.
I heard that. I heard that, but like I said before, that's why I said I don't know if Fury got pictures of somebody's wife, or something, that didn't transpire because they didn't even want to look into that. The WBC didn't even want to. They didn't even care. They was like, oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You don't think Usyk too small and light? No.
Nah.
Usyk, see
No.
and Coach gonna chime in on this in a minute. You know, Usyk is he kind of like we'll use Terrence Crawford, right? They don't fight alike, so I don't want nobody talking about. Oh, you said Usyk fight like Terrence Crawford? They don't fight alike. But what I'm saying is they have so much high IQ and knowledge on boxing that they can go up one weight class and take it over. I mean, look what Usyk has done. Now, granted, has he fought all the killers at heavyweight? No. He ain't fought a Wilder. He did fight Joshua. He beat Joshua twice, right? I don't know if Usyk beats Joshua. I mean, my bad, Wilder. You get what I mean? That's a different type of fight because once Wilder clip you, that's it. You going in a casket. That's what it is. You know what I mean? But I think that Usyk has a lot of high IQ to be able to fight a taller fighter like Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? And you know, like Coach said, if he has the right game plan, he should be able to neutralize Tyson Fury. Because Tyson Fury, I'm telling you what he's gonna do. He's gonna try to keep Usyk on the outside, keep him on the outside of the jab, and he's gonna probably be a little bit more offensive than he normally is. But Usyk, his feet is so good, and he gonna be able to get inside. You know what I mean? He gonna be able to get inside and really work. You know what I mean? So I could see that happening. He said Usyk got KO with a body shot last fight. He got
uh,
dropped. He did get dropped with a body shot, but they called it a low blow, and they didn't do a 10 count. They just said it was a low blow, I believe, and they gave him that time to recover. I think it's like 5 minutes. Um, I don't think Fury hit that hard though, and Fury not really a body puncher like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, he a head hunter for sure.
Yeah, but my bad, coach. You could respond to the last comment. He said you think Usyk too small and like, amen.
Oh, no, I think Usyk is a decent stature to be going against him again because I ain't gonna lie, Capo took every little tidbit of information I had in my head that I was gonna spit out. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's very his IQ is very high. You know what I'm saying? And IQ mixed with great footwork makes for a great inside fighter on a taller fighter. Well, in general, great footwork with high IQ makes your fighter way more potent in the ring than anything else you can ask for when it comes to skill set. Because we all know when you build in the boxer, you build a boxer from the ground up. So you're gonna start with a solid base, and next you want to implement in his head how everything should operate. And that's how I feel like Usyk is. He knows how to operate with his size disadvantage against a Fury. So once he get inside, again, like Capo mentioned, Fury don't have enough behind his punches to make anybody think I don't want to move inside on you. You know, he's a tactician. Fury's a tactician. He want to make you go 12, and if he can take advantage of it and get you on the ground, then he will. But most of the time we see Fury put people down is from a long combination or just right punch, right place, right time. It's never been just like I'm just gonna willfully go in here and just pummel you. That's not Fury style. But I feel like Usyk can go in there and take advantage of the fact that he's not that strong. And I didn't then like he said, he built like a bag of rice. He's soggy in the midsection. So I feel like Usyk gonna go in there and work that. He gonna knock some inches off his waistline. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nah, he not too light, he not too small. He just the right stature. If I'm game planning with
Yeah, I mean, I've always been shorter than the dudes in my weight class. You know, when I was amateur, I fought like heavyweight, so a lot of dudes was bigger than me. And some dudes about 6'3". I'm 5'9", so what I mean. You got 5'9" dude going in at 6'3" dude. I'm always you know
him. Yeah,
working
that
it in. So I believe Usyk, man, he got the IQ to figure it out. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be shocked if Tyson Fury win, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I just think Usyk is superior. I feel like he's just a more superior fighter than Tyson Fury, and there's a reason why Tyson Fury has prolonged uh, the fight with Usyk. Tyson Fury went and fought Ngannou instead of fighting Usyk. You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy.
Usyk got Usyk got all the belts, and you got the last chink of the belts. You know what I mean? Which is that WBC belt. So I think that I think Fury a little worried about Usyk. Uh, they said Europeans can't take body shots. No, I believe that's Hispanics.
Yeah,
And Hispanics can't take body shots. Let
yeah.
me tell you something. I came up in the Hispanic gym, and let me tell you something. I didn't stole off. I'm talking about headshots. They'll
They
bleed. They
don't.
keep coming.
They
But when
hard
you
headed,
start
bro.
touching that body,
They don't like
they don't like it. You start seeing on idea, yeah, hold on, wait, yeah, I'm touching it.
it.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
start
that,
going
that
to that body and start breaking them down. That's when you start seeing them fight a whole different type of fight. You punch them in
right,
their head, they coming. You know
right.
what I mean? We just gonna keep it a step. I mean, we
Yeah,
take on that.
they definitely hard. When it comes to Hispanics, if you head hunting, bro, if you knock one down from head hunting, then you got some power behind you. You know, so i.e. Tank, he'll sound a cruise. But at the same time, as I digress, you as you hit a Hispanic in the head, sometimes you'll feel like your knuckles starting to swell a little bit when you because they hard headed, bro. They hard headed. But as soon as you start touching around that body, you see they get real finicky, like, oh wait, oh hey, back away. He said, wait. You know what I'm saying? They get real finicky. They don't like being touched in the body. But again, if you got the opportunity to work with a Hispanic, you know what I'm saying? Learn it. They when you touch them in the body, they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Their hands start coming low, and then they don't mind dropping their hands because again, boom, boom, hey, all right, okay, let's go. They coming for that. You know, they warriors. They built like that. But in that body, they soft. You can touch them up. You touch them up all day. Now, as far as Europeans, I haven't been around too many Europeans in my training days, so I couldn't really speak on them being soft in the body. But I you know what I'm saying? I would test that theory though. If I get a chance to get my fighters in there with one, I would test the theory and see if they soft. And hopefully I can get an answer to you about that. Europeans can't take body
I get in there with a European. I don't care. You know what I mean?
shots.
It's just sparring. What's the worst he
Right,
gonna do? Beat me up? You know what I mean?
right,
It's sparring. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We in there working. But we reached the end, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We was on her hour 40. You know what I'm saying? We gonna come back on here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we trying to stream every day if we can. You know what I'm saying? So we're
You
gonna be
feel
back on
me?
tomorrow. Y'all put in the comment section what y'all want us to talk about. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. We're gonna keep an eye on this Devin and Tank news. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll talk about that Eddie Hearn, claiming that, Tank turned out 20 million. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably talk about that, but y'all put that in the comment section, man. Y'all let us know. I'm Boss. That's Coach Brody. We out of here.